Now going to Wyre Forest with Labour's candidate Vicki Smith. Vicki, you're the Labour candidate in Wyre Forest. Before we come on to that, and this has happened a few times now, but it's always a thrill. I'm speaking to you direct from your car, and immediately after we finish this, you are straight out on a canvassing session.
That is absolutely correct. I'm sat in my car in a side street just outside of Kidderminster town centre. I've just driven here, and the canvassing team are hopefully around the corner waiting for me to join them.
So cool.
Got a tight schedule on a Sunday morning. I know, shocking, but there you go. That's what we do. We love
this
it.
Is it. This is the joy of politics. Now, political nerds will know. And when we set up this interview, I was so excited because Wyre Forest in 2001, it's basically classically a Tory seat, but in 2001 there was an upset in Wyre Forest, and in 2005 Richard Taylor of a party called Health Concern, purely around a campaign to save Kidderminster Hospital, served 2 terms in Parliament. So there is in Wyre Forest that opportunity for a big upset, and I guess you're hoping to channel some of that this time.
I am. I think it's clear to see that the Wyre Forest people have a bit of a free spirit.
So Mark Garnier has a 21,000 vote majority. You're obviously looking to unseat him. Do you feel that Labour's national lead is being reflected on the doorsteps in Wyre Forest?
I mean, I do. The election predictions are looking really good for us, and they've just been getting better and better over the last few weeks since the election was called. So yes, I do, and I think there's going to be some surprises all over the country. Certainly we've overturned in excess of 20,000 majorities quite recently in by-elections. So I don't see any reason why we can't do it. We're going to give it our best shot and train our hardest. Got a great group of activists and members who are really, really positive, and see that this is a winnable seat. I'm quite a competitive person in a nice way by nature, so I'm going at this to win it. I have to say, and win it for the people of Wyre Forest.
And what are the big issues in Wyre Forest, as well as the national stuff? Are there any specific issues to the constituency?
There are. I mean, obviously, speak to people, and most people's concerns about the NHS, appointments, waiting list, crime. I mean, quite recently there's been a couple of stabbings in Kidderminster, which up until recent times was unheard of, and that's really shook people. So it's almost as if some of the big national issues are now reaching out here as well, which is of great concern. But certainly the rivers, the conditions of the rivers, the pollution, the water companies allowing the sewerage into the rivers is big. Is very big story, particularly in Bewdley and Southport, I have to say, and part of what we want to do is to stop that happening, quite rightly so. Also, public transport, lack thereof is a big issue here. Very sort of much higher than average rate of car ownership in Wyre Forest, basically because there are no other options to get around once you get out of Kidderminster. It's very sparse. There's a community bus service not recently launched and being trialled at the moment. So yeah, those are the issues that are really coming up. Yeah, I have to say.
And how are you finding it as a candidate for the Labour Party? Are you? It's obviously quite a conservative area naturally, but do you feel that people, for the reasons that you've outlined, the policy reasons, the things that they see around the constituency, but are they responding to Keir Starmer? Is he the sort of Labour leader that goes down well in Wyre Forest?
I think he very much is. Yeah. There has been very little negativity about Keir Starmer, and certainly a lot of seasoned Tory voters are switching to Labour, and I think that's in part due to Keir Starmer's leadership. They see us as a change party, and they're looking for change themselves away from the last 14 years.
Have you had any hustings yet? Have you had to debate your opponents?
Not yet, no, not yet. I'm not. No, I've had a few invites from schools and colleges, but it is extremely busy, as you can imagine. You've just over 3 weeks left, But no big official hustings as of yet.
And what are your favourite elements of campaigning? Do you prefer door knocking, phone canvassing, doing a street stall?
We do all three here. I do like door knocking. I like speaking to people. I like finding out what their views are and what's going on for them, and where they're coming from and where they're having issues and problems. So door knocking is great. I also do phone calling. Tends to be in the evening when I'm at home. Again, it's not quite the same as having that face-to-face conversation.
Yeah.
But it's a mixture of all three here. We've already had a street stall in Bewdley, which was lovely, and we're having another one in Stourport at the end of the month.
And are you looking after yourself, Vicky? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you managing to get fruit and veg, or is this a junk food campaign?
It is a little bit, I have to say. Sleep, I've forgotten what sleep is, although I think got back from campaigning all day yesterday, lay down and actually fell asleep about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. Sleep is evading me at the moment. I'm trying my hardest to drink my water and eat with nutrition in mind, but it is quite difficult. I mean, we are managing to stay hydrated by visiting a few of the local breweries and pubs in between sessions, which is nice.
Great. I mean, that's it. That's the problem. The temptation is to have a pint in every brewery, and then you can't go out campaigning after that. Half cup.
Not really, no. You just want to have a lie down and a good nap, don't you? I have to say, but it is nice to go out into all the different pubs and restaurants, and put some money back into the local economy, and just it helps. We've got a really good team over here who are really behind me, and that all helps. But I don't think being a parliamentary candidate's maybe the healthiest 6 weeks of your life, but you do get your steps in, so maybe that counteracts the other. We'll go with that. It does.
I think if you're staying hydrated and you're walking a lot, that is very good for your heart health and for your overall health as well. So obviously, when the election was called, it took everyone by surprise. Have you had to, like everyone else, basically drop your previous life and go straight into campaigning? And how hard's that been?
So I'm a local councillor in the day. That's my day job for a unitary authority. So I've got a big busy local authority. I've just been offered a cabinet position, and I started that on the Wednesday that the election was called, which was a massive shock to most of us in the office, I have to say. So we're still doing that, and I'm still doing my day job as a local councillor. Just not doing anything else. The house, a bit of a bomb site, as is the car. You just sort of let some things slide. But still looking after my daughter, who's disabled, my adult daughter, and my husband is obviously taking on the majority of that at the moment. We're both carers in addition to what we do outside of the home as well. So busy, but I'm used to being busy. I'm a mom of 4. I'm good at multitasking.
Oh my God, I mean, that is a heck of a lot to be dealing with, and just emotionally as well. That makes your life really, really hard anyway. Around any other sort of work. I've spoken to so many candidates on this series, and everyone comes from such different backgrounds and such different lives. And I've said this before, but when people say politicians are all the same, it drives me mad, because the pressures on you already as a human being, as a mum, as a politician, are already immense. And on top of that, you're taking on this role as a parliamentary candidate, and then hopefully as an MP. I mean, is this what got you into politics?
I was going to say I was coming back to me being a carer. That was very much what drove me to get into politics initially locally. My daughter was born with a few conditions and disabilities, and unfortunately she's got deteriorated over the years. She's now 22, and I got a unique perspective, I suppose, on not unique. There are lots of parents and carers in my position, but a unique perspective that drove me somewhat to go into politics. Great first-hand experience of our wonderful NHS, but also how tired everyone is in the NHS and how much better it could be. and also adult social care. I mean, quite often most people probably never even come across adult social care in their lives. You know, we've had to navigate that and navigate the special education needs system. Unique perspective, and you don't find many politicians with that experience. And so I'd say that has actually driven me to just to be a representative for people who are probably poorly underrepresented in general.
Vicki, good luck with the campaign. Enjoy your canvassing session that you're off to do now, and we'll be looking out. We'll be looking to Wyre Forest on the 4th of July.